Happiness is the goal for every person, the driving force behind all our actions, and all human goals and aspirations are, in fact, a desire to reach ultimate and lasting happiness. Happiness is not the result of success or possessing money or romantic relationships, but it's the cause for them. When a person is happy, they tend to make decisions that lead to success, good investments, or the building of beautiful romantic relationships. It's not the other way around. Just gaining some money or workplace success may bring only temporary happiness. But does this mean that there's no way to achieve ultimate happiness in life ever? This is what Dr. Deepak Chopra answers. The Ultimate Happiness Prescription: 7 Keys to Joy and Enlightenment. By Deepak Chopra. Positive psychology researchers have formulated an equation to calculate the level of happiness a person feels, and it relies on 3 factors. The first factor is the set point in the brain, meaning your natural predisposition for happiness. It constitutes about 40% of your happiness practice and is influenced by genetic and environmental factors, which means your likelihood of practicing happiness increases if your family is happy and practices happiness from your childhood. The second factor is life circumstances, representing only 10% of your happiness practice. It depends on your material, health, and environmental conditions. While the third and most important factor in the equation, representing 50% of your happiness practice, is voluntary activities. These are the daily practices and choices you decide to engage in, and whether these choices strengthen your sense of happiness or not. From this equation, we conclude that a person holds the keys to their personal happiness and only needs to decide to use them. The first key is to become aware of your body, meaning to understand the signals your body is sending you, because the body, mind, and soul are connected to each other. If the soul is sad, the body sends signals like tiredness, fatigue, or a fast heartbeat. If the soul is happy, the body sends signals of relaxation and comfort. Try sitting in a quiet place and talk to your body, telling it that it can do whatever it wants. Let yourself and your body be without trying to control what happens. You might find that your body wants to cry, sleep, or recall painful memories. Focus on what your body wants to do, and afterward, you will find relief and happiness. Over time, your body's awareness of your thoughts will increase so that you can control it at any time and in any situation. Bit to remember, the happiness equation emphasizes that a person holds the keys to their personal happiness and only needs to decide to use them. Even though everyone knows that money doesn't buy happiness, many people are still preoccupied with making money and gaining power. This stems from a lack of self-awareness. When you don't know and appreciate your true self, you become a slave to people's opinions and their approval. Since people's approval and admiration often come when you have money and power, you continue searching for them. In this quest, you may lose the treasure of inner happiness. You must value yourself for who you are, not because you possess wealth, a high position, or the respect and admiration of others. Otherwise, you'll remain a captive to kind words and praise you receive from people. Realizing your self-worth opens the doors to happiness, and no one can take it away from you. From there, your mind will open up, and you'll be more creative in your work, which can provide you financial security and peace. When you free yourself from the need for people's approval, you can eliminate all the toxins from your life, like toxic relationships based on self-interest or feelings of guilt tied to your work. The process of getting rid of these toxins is one of the most important keys to happiness. It helps you regain your inner clarity, joy, and peace. You can establish certain rituals to eliminate these toxins. For example, you can write down the feelings that bother you on a piece of paper and throw it into the sea, watching it disappear. Alternatively, you can lock yourself in a room and express what makes you sad, perhaps through screaming. Whichever rituals allow you to remove your toxins, do them. Bit to remember, self-appreciation and removing toxins from your life bring unending happiness. Controversies often breed hatred among people and start when one side believes they are always right, with others being wrong. However, when you resist the overwhelming desire to be always right, you free yourself from any potential arguments or resentment towards others, and you find peace and contentment quietly. You must realize that your point of view belongs to you, and someone else's point of view belongs to them. The two perspectives might never align, which is not a flaw in either of you but rather a human trait. The more you realize the value of having multiple perspectives, the better your healthy relationships with people will become, and you'll feel less loneliness because you won't constantly collide with others or pass judgments and evaluations. Here, simplicity in social peace and happiness is achieved. Suppressing your urge to evaluate things helps you possess another key to happiness: living in the present moment. Do this without overloading your mind with judgments about others or thinking about the past or the future. In reality, you don't own the past or the future, just as you don't own other people's opinions. You exist in this moment, and your planning for the future doesn't necessarily mean it will happen. So why stress your mind and delve into the world of sorrow? Clearing your mind from overthinking will bring you a sense of freedom, allowing happiness to flourish. Bit to remember: suppress the urge to always be right and enjoy the present moment only. All the keys to happiness lead back to one fundamental key that you must realize: you have an unending treasure and a source of happiness within you. Try closing your eyes and imagine a sunset over the sea. Picture the orange and blue colors, the reflection of the sun on the water, the refreshing breeze passing by your face, and the scent of the sea. You see a complete image, don't you? Now, if you went to the best medical labs and had an MRI scan of your brain, do you think they'd find a picture of the sunset inside your mind? Of course not. It's merely neural signals passing between your brain cells. This is how happiness is. It can be a reality you experience and realize with your inner senses, even though it doesn't exist in the material world. The more you focus on yourself, the more you can achieve inner happiness. Despite that, your inner happiness can influence the world around you. As an old saying goes, my happiness may heal someone else just as you heal me. We all influence each other. So when we share genuine, non-simulated happiness that doesn't depend on accomplishments, we're spreading peace and healing the world's illnesses. Bit to remember: real, non-simulated happiness exists within you, and no one can steal it. You can heal the world with it.